Beneath our feet, Earth is alive. Pressure builds, heat rises, and when it can't be contained, the planet erupts. Volcanoes are Earth's ultimate release valves. They destroy cities, block out the sun, and change the course of history. Yet without them, our world wouldn't exist as we know it. Long before humans appeared, volcanoes shaped continents, raised islands, and even built the air we breathe. But when people settled too close, the consequences became legendary. The story begins in ancient Rome. In the year 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius erupted with a fury the world had never seen. The city of Pompeii was swallowed in a matter of hours. Clouds of ash and pumice rained down, roofs collapsed, and superheated gas surged through the streets at hurricane speed. Thousands died instantly. Bodies were buried and preserved, frozen in their final moments. Archaeologists today can see faces twisted in fear, children clutching their parents, dogs still chained. It was more than an eruption. It was time itself, stopped forever. But Vesuvius was only the beginning. In 1815, Mount Tambora erupted in Indonesia. It was the most powerful eruption ever recorded by humans. The explosion was heard over 1,000 miles away. Ash and gas shot into the atmosphere, blocking sunlight around the globe. The following year became known as the year without a summer. Snow fell in June in North America. Crops failed in Europe. Famine spread, and millions starved. One volcano changed the weather for an entire planet. Then came Krakatoa in 1883. The eruption tore the island apart, creating explosions so loud they were heard 3,000 miles away. Entire coastlines were obliterated by tsunamis towering over 100 feet. More than 36,000 people died in an instant. For years, skies around the world glowed red as sunlight scattered through volcanic ash high in the stratosphere. Painters captured eerie, blood-colored sunsets. Nature had become art, painted with devastation. Volcanoes have ended empires. In Central America, the eruption of Ilopango around 450 AD blanketed Mayan cities in ash, disrupting trade routes and forcing mass migrations. Some historians believe this event weakened one of the most advanced civilizations of its time. Even modern history is scarred by eruptions. In 1980, Mount St. Helens erupted in Washington state. A landslide caused the entire north face of the mountain to collapse, unleashing one of the most powerful blasts ever seen in the United States. The eruption flattened forests, destroyed rivers, and darkened the skies. 57 people were killed, and the iconic symmetrical peak of the mountain was transformed into a crater that remains to this day. But what we have seen so far may be nothing compared to the monsters that still sleep beneath the earth. These are the supervolcanoes. Unlike ordinary eruptions, supervolcanoes don't just affect one country. They threaten the survival of civilization itself. One of the most famous lies beneath Yellowstone National Park. Beneath its geysers and hot springs sits a magma chamber so massive that if it erupted, it could cover entire states in ash. The atmosphere would darken, crops would fail worldwide, and billions could struggle to survive a volcanic winter. Scientists study Yellowstone constantly, measuring tremors, gases, and ground swelling. The odds of an eruption in our lifetime are low, but the consequences would be global. Yellowstone isn't alone. Beneath Italy's Bay of Naples lies Campi Flegrei, another supervolcano. It shows signs of unrest, with the ground slowly rising and steam vents hissing. An eruption there could threaten millions across Europe. In Indonesia, Lake Toba marks the site of a supervolcano that erupted 75,000 years ago, a blast so massive it nearly wiped out humanity. Genetic evidence suggests the human population may have dropped to only a few thousand survivors. Humanity itself nearly went extinct because of a single eruption. To understand how these giants unleash such devastation, we need to look at the science of eruptions. Volcanoes form where magma rises through the crust, usually at tectonic plate boundaries. Some, like those in Hawaii, sit on hotspots where heat punches through the Earth's surface. When magma reaches the surface, it releases gases like water vapor, carbon dioxide, and sulfur dioxide. The violence of an eruption depends on how much gas is trapped and how thick the magma is. Thinner lava, like Hawaii's, flows smoothly and forms rivers of fire. But thicker magma traps gas until pressure builds to the breaking point. When it bursts, the result is catastrophic. The most dangerous features are not always the lava itself. Pyroclastic flows are superheated clouds of ash, rock, and gas that race down mountainsides faster than a car. They can bury cities in minutes. Lahars are volcanic mud flows that can sweep away entire towns like cement rivers. Volcanic lightning, caused by static charges in ash clouds, lights the sky during the chaos. These are the forces that make volcanoes so unpredictable and so feared. But volcanoes don't only destroy, they also create. The Hawaiian Islands are volcanic mountains rising from the sea. Fertile soils near volcanoes provide farmland that can feed millions. Minerals, metals, and geothermal energy are harvested from volcanic regions. And many scientists believe volcanic eruptions released gases billions of years ago that helped form Earth's first atmosphere, making life possible. Even today, volcanoes provide scientists with windows into Earth's inner workings. By studying eruptions, researchers learn how our planet works. Instruments measure tremors, track gases, and map magma chambers. Satellites monitor volcanic plumes from space. These tools have saved lives by giving early warnings, but eruptions remain impossible to predict with complete accuracy. What does the future hold? The planet has dozens of active volcanoes erupting every year. Most are small, but history shows that a single large eruption can change the world. The question isn't if another deadly eruption will happen, it's when. If another Tambora-scale eruption happened today, modern society would face food shortages, global trade disruptions, and mass migrations. Cities would grind to a halt as ash grounded plains and collapsed buildings. The economic impact would be measured in trillions of dollars. And if Yellowstone or Campi Flegrei erupted, the consequences could be catastrophic beyond imagination. Volcanoes remind us that Earth is alive. They are destroyers, creators, and storytellers. Every eruption leaves behind scars that become mountains, valleys, and fertile plains. Every plume of ash tells us that the planet beneath our feet is restless. The world's deadliest volcanoes are not just natural disasters. They are a window into Earth's power, a reminder of its fragility, and a warning of what may still come. They built our world, and they could one day change it again.